I think it's live now. Happy Friday, everybody. Sorry about that. Sometimes I don't know when this goes live, and when I sometimes rewatch some of these, they like cut me off as I'm talking. So I just didn't want that to happen. But happy Friday, everybody. You know, this Friday feels weird. I'm used to always having it when I have spring break for school, or just when spring break is rolling around in general. Like, I'm always so used to, like, Wrestlemania being this weekend. So I'm like, oh, yeah, man, Wrestlemania is going to happen this weekend. But there's no Wrestlemania this weekend. There's none of it. It's not Wrestlemania weekend until next week. So I have to survive a whole week of school before I can enjoy WrestleMania, which is going to be weird because I'm not used to that. And I'm not used to, like, celebrating the Sunday of WrestleMania and then all of a sudden the following Monday, it's like, oh, I have school. Like, what the hell? Who decides this shit? But anyways, guys, happy Good Friday. Oh, yeah, Good Friday. Easter. Easter is this weekend. Sunday, April Fools is Easter for all the good people out there. So, yeah, happy Easter, guys. Happy Good Friday to all of you. Now, it's time to talk about the topics that I have in the description box and also in the title. I'm thinking about doing this every Friday, or at least trying to do live stream every Friday, where I at least like talk about everything that's going on in wrestling. Because sometimes, like, as much as I would love to do a video topic on everything, sometimes it's just hard to keep up with everything. And sometimes it's just kind of like not worth it to put out a video, and it's just like, okay, that video's just gonna sit there and no one's really going to watch it or care about it, which sucks, because I feel like some people, you know, they always go, oh, Chase, you don't talk about this that much, or you don't talk about this. Well, it's like, yeah, I talk about it, and you all tell me to talk about it, and then all of a sudden it's like, where's the support? So that's why I feel like sometimes with the stream, it's much more better just to combine everything into one, just to talk about it. Because some of these topics too, man, like I'm going to make a whole video talk about the Louisiana banning moves. Like, that shit's like easy to talk about and get through straight. So yeah, let's get started. Let's talk about some of the wrestling that's been going on, such as the Final Push to go home shows to WrestleMania. Now, folks, I'm going to be real with you here. This build to WrestleMania has been alright. I wouldn't say it's the worst build. It's just that the shows that the WWE has been putting out there have just been really mediocre. You know, I will say this, the filler stuff for WrestleMania this year, I'm pretty excited for. I feel like they've done a good job with the filler stuff. Like Nia and Alexa Bliss, Charlotte and Asuka to some degree. You know, like, you know, some the tag team stuff with the Raw tag team titles, that's been kind of exciting for me. Some of the filler stuff has been pretty good. You know, nothing excellent or awesome. And when I say good, I don't mean like, oh, it's so perfect. No, when I mean good, it's at least digestible. At least I can sit there and I'm watching it and I understand it. Like, I'm not sitting there like, why the fuck am I wasting my time watching this? Like, I don't feel like I'm wasting time. Which is all I ask for WWE, Impact Wrestling, New Japan Pro Wrestling, ROH Wrestling, any type of wrestling, is if I'm going to sit there and watch you for 2 to 3 hours, don't waste my fucking time. Don't sit there and say, oh yeah, this is great shit, and then it turns out it's not. You know, I don't want to sit there and waste my time. So I at least WrestleMania, at least with the build, some of it has been digestible. Not all of it. The main event stuff has not been digestible. Most of the main event stuff has been bad. The only good main event match that has been booked well is Ronda Rousey. And let's just be real when we say that. She's been the highlight of this road to WrestleMania. If you want to deny that, go right ahead. You can be ignorant all you want. But when I think about what I'm going to remember, the road to WrestleMania 34, when someone says, what do you remember from the road to WrestleMania 34? I'm going to say when Ronda Rousey was going to face Triple H and Stephanie McMahon, because WWE has been doing a great job building up this match. And Ronda Rousey is just the gift that keeps on giving, man. Like, I love this woman. I love her. And if you guys don't love Ronda, that's your problem. Maybe y'all should fix your mindset. Instead of being negative towards Ronda Rousey and making fun of her, you should support our girl. Yeah, that's right, JC. Our girl, Cringe Ronda. We know who our girl is. She is our #1 bae. You know, everyone says that B-A-E word, bae. Well, Cringe Ronda is bae. She's our girl. And we're always going to support her on the Chase Oliver channel. Because, you know, she brings value and entertainment, unlike most wrestlers nowadays. But yeah, the go-home shows for WrestleMania, what to expect from them, man. Honestly, Raw should be somewhat exciting because Taker should be coming back. So we'll at least maybe see The Undertaker at WrestleMania, or some signs of The Undertaker. We're going to at least hear The Undertaker gong. You know, we're going to at least hear The Undertaker gong play through the arena. But other than that, I don't know what else we can expect from Raw. Maybe a good I feel like Triple H and Stephanie need to at least get one thing on Ronda. I get it, Ronda's supposed to be tough and strong and a badass, but I feel like Triple H and Stephanie should at least like stand tall at least once during the build towards WrestleMania. That would be cool. You know, I'm always tired of Ronda looking too invulnerable, like invincible. I don't know why I try to make up a word, invulnerable. Maybe that is a word. Who knows? But I'm tired of her looking too invincible. They gotta show some vulnerability towards Ronda Rousey, right, Diamond? Ronda Rousey, our girl, she looking too strong there. But other than that, I feel like Raw, just keep doing what you're doing. The Bailey Sasha stuff is somewhat deemable. The Care Bear stuff, like believe it or not, guys, even though I didn't review Raw this week, I did watch it. I don't review every show, like I said. I try my best to, but sometimes some shows are just like, I don't feel like reviewing it. The Care Bear stuff has been at least watchable. So keep doing what you're doing with the tag team scene. Don't have Asuka face a jobber. Have her face someone worth a damn. The Nia Jax, Alexa Bliss stuff is watchable. But you got to do something with, like, the Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar shit. Like, this shit's so stupid, man. Like, seriously. Like, you have Roman Reigns, you know, saying, oh, Lesnar doesn't care about you people. And Brock Lesnar is going out there doing what we want Brock Lesnar to do. We just want to see Brock Lesnar kick ass. Like, no one asks much for Lesnar. It's not like we're asking Lesnar to do, like, a bunch of crazy shit. Like, we just ask him to show up and do his job, which is kick ass, be a champion. And it's like, Roman Reigns cuts these promos for 2 weeks. Oh, Lesnar don't care about you people. Y'all should know that. Believe that. You know, you should understand that Lesnar don't care about you. He don't like you. Believe that. And then all of a sudden, it's like, Brock Lesnar is like doing what we want him to do. No one's asking Lesnar to come out there and cut a promo. We're asking Lesnar to come out there and kick someone's ass. And that's what he did. He kicked Reigns' ass 2 weeks in a row. And WWE foolishly thinks, oh, this gains sympathy for Reigns. Dude, WWE, I don't know how many times I have to say this. Me being a big Roman Reigns fan. There's no way in hell, and I mean no way in hell, you're going to get people to feel bad and gain sympathy for a 6'4", 245-pound man like Roman Reigns. I like Roman Reigns. I don't like Roman Reigns because I gain sympathy for him. I like him because the dude's a legit badass and he can be so much better than what he's booked to be. The dude's talented as hell. I don't care what anyone says. But WWE, the way you book him, that's not how it's going to get him over. It's just not going to get him over. What match am I looking forward to? I'll talk about that after I went the SmackDown Road to WrestleMania. What I expected the final show there, Kesha. I'll definitely answer that question after I talk about the SmackDown side of things. But yeah, Raw needs to do something about the Roman Reigns shit. Like the Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar build, you gotta do something about that. On the SmackDown side of things, I really do feel like SmackDown is doing a solid, job to try to get you to care. I feel like unless you're a diehard Team SmackDown, you really like it. To me personally, all the SmackDown feuds have just been super lame. Like you could see the effort, but sometimes effort is not always good. Someone could put effort into something, but doesn't mean it's always a good effort. You know what I'm saying? The SmackDown is trying way too hard. Like, first of all, this Shinsuke and AJ feud has been terrible. Like, I don't care what anyone says. Yes, I know they're going to put on a great classic match, but I've already seen that. And I get it that everyone's like, well, you haven't seen it in WWE. And I understand that logic and thinking. But you got to understand, you're trying to get casual fans to, like, stick around and watch SmackDown after Mania. Stick around and actually keep your subscription past the 30-day free. Shinsuke and AJ has literally been AJ made to face. What? You're gonna hit me with the knee to face? Huh, Shinsuke? You're gonna hit me with the knee to face? You know me. I'm the man that runs this place. Alright? I'm the WWE champion. Huh? This is the house AJ Styles built. You are too confident. You will lose at Wrestlemania. And like, seriously, that's literally like every AJ and Shinsuke promo. Like, I just did it for you. I won't be surprised on SmackDown they do the same promo, but AJ actually beats Shinsuke up for once. Like that's the thing. Like, I know AJ suffered some minor injury, so WWE's playing it safe. But WWE, AJ Styles right now is your best in-ring performer. He's one of those guys that can get casual people to like pro wrestling, but at the same time, cater to the hardcore fans. Now, I'm not saying AJ is your next huge star, but he's a good star to have. He is definitely somewhere where it's like, we shouldn't have this guy as world champion, but let's trust AJ. AJ is dependable. And then AJ Styles, it's just like straight up, he's literally like, I'm the face that runs the place. Yeah, well, Louis Tommy, AJ Styles. Like AJ's just being treated like a little bitch. Like, let's just call it how we see it. AJ is such a bitch in this feud, and it's so terrible. Like, why is AJ Styles being treated like such a little bitch in this feud? Like, if you were to ask me who's the WWE champion right now, if I were to watch SmackDown and I wouldn't know the belts, I would assume Randy Orton's champion. Like, if you just say, hey, Chase, who do you think is the WWE champion? I would assume Randy Orton's champion just because he's Randy Orton. But if you were to tell me AJ Styles is a champion, I'd be like, what the fuck is he doing? Because he ain't doing anything as a champion. He's literally doing nothing. Like, like, to see, the thing is, this match would make more sense is if you have made AJ Styles a dominant champion since November. Because they ruined him after the Lesnar build-up. Because after the Lesnar build where they showed AJ could take Lesnar to task, they didn't make AJ into a dominant champion. No, they played him second fiddle to that freaking Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon feud and everything like that. Another thing is, too, we got to figure out what's going on with Shane McMahon. For the SmackDown Road to WrestleMania, that final go-home show, we got to know if Shane's going to wrestle or not. Dude, if Shane, I wouldn't be surprised. I know he's going to be like, but Chase, he had hernia surgery, diverticulitis. Yeah, but you forget, man. Shane McMahon has one last name attached to him, and that's McMahon. All right? That's McMahon. This guy's the most insane motherfucker on the planet Earth, Shane McMahon. I wouldn't be surprised if he made it to WrestleMania. I'm just saying. So, but if Daniel Bryan doesn't have Shane McMahon, we all have to wait and see. That's why my prediction show probably won't be until Wednesday on this channel, is when I'll do the prediction show. And that will be a live stream as well. Mainly because, yeah. And I'll also predict NXT TakeOver. And if there's any other stuff you guys want me to talk about, probably the ROH and the Impact versus Lucha Underground. That sounds like a fun show to talk about. I wonder who Johnny Mundo is going to face. Hope he faces Johnny Impact. But besides that, the rest of the SmackDown Go Home show is building up Becky Lynch to win the stupid Women's Battle Royale, which is dumb. Bayley should win it. I don't know why they're focused on Becky Lynch so much. It's so dumb, but whatever. Lame US title feud stuff. And then SmackDown Tag Title feud, which is just lame. So yeah, there you go. But Kesha Wallace asked 2 questions that are related to the subject. What matches are you looking forward to the most at? What match am I looking forward to the most at Mania? The mixed tag match. I think that should have been obvious by now, but yeah, that's the match I'm looking forward to the most. And what do I think the best build that match at Mania is? It's now if you want me to go straight filler. Okay, here's the thing. Main event match wise, it's definitely the mixed match tag match. That's definitely the best match build wise towards WrestleMania. No doubt about it. If you're taking away, if you don't add match quality to your what you think good build is, if you just look at like getting you excited for the show, the match itself, the superstars involved, it's definitely the mixed match tag match. But if you look at filler stuff, if you look at filler feuds and stuff like that, you can make an argument for Bliss versus Nia Jax. You can make an argument for Care Bear versus Cesaro and Shamo. You can make an argument for the Usos versus New Day versus the Power Ranger villains. You can make an argument for those 3 matches for best build if you want. Cena versus Undertaker has been terrible. Can't make an argument for that. Reigns and Lesnar has been so stupid and backwards. And AJ versus Nakamura has literally just been Nakamura saying, "Little faith." So I don't think like that's a best build match. So yeah. Well, yeah, man. With the card that they had last night for Impact, I'm not surprised that they did good. That's good for Impact that they got 400,000 viewers last night. That's always good to see, especially on Pop TV, which is like one of those hard channels to have. You know, I have Pop TV. Like, I have all this stuff, but yeah, when it comes down to it, that's good for Impact. I'm glad. I mean, Lashley and Brian Cage was a nice TV match. If y'all haven't seen that one, shit. Like Brian Cage, I'm surprised WWE didn't try to go after him. But man, dude, it just gets me super excited for Lashley and WWE. Well, that's for my WrestleMania predictions, Kesha Wallace. So I am not going to answer that question. Apologies, but certain questions I can't answer because then it will ruin what I will think for my WrestleMania predictions and stuff like that. All right, so I already answered the 2 questions. Ronda Rousey now. Now, if you guys did not see our girl Ronda Rousey was just straight up. Ronda Rousey was just straight up being a badass on ESPN, man. And ESPN, like these journalists at ESPN, they literally just don't understand. Like, why is it that they always want to focus on the past with Ronda Rousey? Like, I get it. And here's the thing. Yes, I've called out Ronda for not being public about her losses, and I told Ronda Rousey to stop whining and stuff like that. But seriously, like, you should literally go on there and stop trying to, like, fucking make it where Ronda, like, trying to say, oh, Ronda, you lost. What are you going to do about those losses? Like, seriously. Like, y'all need to stop with that. Like, it's in the past. No one really gives a fuck about her losing anymore. Just ask her some stupid questions about WWE. See why she did it. Like, get to know Ronda Rousey a little bit more. Like, the ESPN, man, they always try to find ways to cause shit. They always try to find ways to ask stupid questions, man. And Ronda Rousey, though, she was awkward. Yeah, the Triple H and Stephanie interview, I saw a little bit of it. Like, honestly, I don't watch First Take that much. Like, ever since Skip left, like, Skip was the heart of the show. I like Max. Stephen A is just ridiculous, dude. Like, Stephen A, it's a love-hate thing for me. Like, I love when Stephen A is passionate about something, because he just gets so vernacular with his words, and he starts screaming, and he starts saying, Skip! That's apostrophous, and he starts going crazy. But when it comes down to it, I can't watch Stephen A. Smith. It's just hard. But yeah, man, it's just ridiculous. Some of the stuff that they've been doing. And then Max Kellerman was like, no, I've always been on your side, Ronda. Good. I hope you've been on my side. Like they're all afraid of her still. Like she and Dan Bones. If most people are still afraid to piss you off, you're still a badass. I don't care what anyone says. You're still a badass. Unlike your boy Tony Ferguson, because El Kukui gonna do a salsa because bitch, it's Khabib time. It's Khabib time. You ready for Khabib to beat your boy up? Dan Bones, he's gonna lose to his boy. His boy Tony's gonna lose. Just like Rose Namajunas is gonna lose to Louisiana Jacek again. No, not again, but for the first time. So yeah. Alright guys, that's some WWE talk. Let's get some New Japan rolling with Sakura Genesis 2018. Now, this is not official predictions. I don't know how the whole card, man. I don't know the whole card. When it comes down to it, Zack Sabre Jr. should not win the IWGP Heavyweight title. I know this is going to piss off a lot of people when they hear this. But when it comes down to it, Okada's the man. And you don't have Okada lose at Genesis. Come on, man. He's the new ace of New... Like, here's the thing. People have been trying to tell me Okada's now the ace of New Japan. The thing is, I love Okada. You guys know I'm Okada Mark. Okada's my #1 favorite wrestler currently right now. But when people tell me Okada's the ace of New Japan, he's not right now. And you can't have it... I'm not hating on Zack Sabre Jr. Hear me out here, King Spartan. The thing is, with Okada is... If he's the ace of New Japan, he shouldn't be losing at shows like New Japan Cup. You know what I'm saying? Aces of New Japan loses on big shows, man. They lose on big shows. Man, Dre Smooth, that would be the world of greatness if Okada didn't lose until 2021. And people would still like Okada. Everyone always asks, oh, how come Okada doesn't get hate? The reason why I say Okada doesn't get hate is because he's been built correctly, unlike Reigns. Reigns has been booked like shit. Okada has been booked correctly, and he's had some major losses in his career. So yeah, when it comes down to it, Okada is booked well, for the most part. But booked as the ace of New Japan gets through obstacles like Zack Sabre Jr. Because don't get me wrong, New Japan has booked Zack Sabre Jr. super freaking well. Like, they've done a great job of making him into this huge threat to Okada. But when it comes down to it, it's just that if Okada's truly now the ace of New Japan, he wouldn't lose a match like this to Zack Sabre Jr. Like, this would not even be a threat to Tanahashi would look at this shit and be like, alright, Tanahashi's not looking at this as a threat. Okada should not be looking at this. Like, it should be a threat, but not like Okada should not lose. You know what I'm saying? But I think it'll be a great match between the two. I don't know if it's a match of the year quality. It could be a great match, but I don't know a match of the year quality. I believe also, too, the Golden Lovers are taking on Cody and Hangman. Am I correct on that one? It's Lovers versus Hangman and Cody. I can't remember off the top of my head. I know Bullet Club, there's more dissension going, so we'll see more of the Bullet Club dissension on that show. So that should be pretty solid. What is Naito doing on this? Naito's not in a tag match against Tanahashi, right? It's like LIJ versus Jesus, why am I drawing a flipping blank? LIJ versus like Tanahashi's crew. It's like it's like terrible. I just don't understand. Like, I understand Tanahashi's he's still recovering and they're not doing stuff, but you're telling me you can't find a way for Naito to do something? Like, Naito should like I wish Jericho was able to still feud with Naito. I think really that's what they're doing. They're keeping Naito ready for Jericho whenever Jericho is done with this Wazzy stuff. Because, man, I was excited to see Jericho versus Naito, man. I was really excited for that, man. But now Naito is just like, oh, he's facing Suzuki Gun? Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, that's another thing, Dre Smooth. Like, I want to understand why they would put the... Like, I like Zack Sabre Jr. more than Kenny Omega. But from a business perspective, if Kenny Omega is your main gaijin and the main dude you want to build around, like, why would you put the belt on Zack Sabre Jr.? Like, that's what I don't understand. Like, why would you put the belt on Zack Sabre Jr.? Like, maybe, yeah, one of these days that Zack Sabre Jr., what's it called? Maybe one of these days, yeah, maybe Zack Sabre Jr., you build him up and he can win it. But Kenny Omega should be your main gaijin that wins the belt. That's just when it comes down to it. And you guys know me, I'm not the biggest Kenny Omega guy. Hey, man, but you know who I would love to have an underrated title reign right now? My boy, the Great Sonata, dude. He's been killing it, man. I've been telling people, man, Sonata, like, when Sonata was in TNA, I told people, man, TNA should have put the strap on him instead of, like, they should have had Sonata beat Lashley, that Destination X that one year, but they just went with Aries versus Lashley again, which is fine, whatever. But I said, man, you should have put the belt on Sonata. Sonata, I told people, man, Sonata's going to be something, man, and look at him now, man. It's all jacked and shit. He's one of my favorite, he's one of my underrated wrestlers in, 2018, right? Well, 2017 he was underrated, but 2018 he's definitely like one of the more underrated wrestlers, man. So yeah, cool, man. I saw your chat earlier. I just didn't want to like drive away from the New Japan talk that we're doing. Yes, I saw Lashley versus Cage. I said it was a great TV match, especially what you want from a TV match. Lashley and Cage have good chemistry. It's amazing to me that WWE didn't try to attempt to sign Brian Cage, but when it comes down to it, it makes me more excited to see Lashley back in the ring soon. Oh, EC3 came to NXT. That was a nice little debut. I thought he had a nice little debut and stuff like that. I really hope they bring Dixie. I know everyone doesn't want to say that, but I really hope they bring Dixie. All right, it's time to talk about Louisiana. I think I misspelled Louisiana in the title. Yeah, people are going to be like, you don't know how to spell. I'm sorry. Let me fix that real quick. It doesn't take hard to fix. I'll fix it later. But yeah, Louisiana, the state of Louisiana, if you guys don't know, they have moves that are banned in pro wrestling. It's because of an incident that happened, like, I want to say it was in 2010 or something like that, a long time ago or something, where a guy got pile drived, and then he pretty much sued the state of Louisiana for a lot of money. So the Louisiana Athletic Commission has like all these rules against certain moves in wrestling. Now the moves that you can't use, and the only companies that are not accepted to this are WWE and Ring of Honor. So Ring of Honor and WWE are okay. Like any WWE event and any Ring of Honor event that's going on this weekend, they're fine. They can fix this. They're okay. They don't have to worry about this. I don't know how to say hi in Indonesian, so I'm sorry. But hi to Indonesia. I am Indonesian, but I don't know how to say hi in Indonesian. But hi to Indonesia. But yeah, when it comes down to it, what was I gonna say? Shit, lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, but when it comes down to it, these are the moves that you can't use. You can't use a pile driver. You can't use any 450 moonsault or any dive where it's like you land on the head of the opponent. You can't use weapon shots. You can't use. You can't throw opponents over the ring or shove them out of the ring. Jesus, what was the other one? I know you can't use the stun gun, which was like the most random one, and you can't use a power bomb. So yeah, you're pretty much telling these wrestlers that are wrestling for other companies. Now I know Matt Riddle will be fine because Matt Riddle doesn't really do much of that shit and stuff like that. Oh, by the way, side note before I continue on this conversation, y'all need to see like Matt Riddle's promo on James Ellsworth. Like Matt Riddle's facing James Ellsworth, I think for like Revolution Pro. It's like the funniest promo ever, dude. Like it's so funny, man. Like James Ellsworth is taking it so seriously, and Matt Riddle's like, "Are you fucking kidding me? I'm facing James Ellsworth?" Like he's like, and then the ending of the promo, James Ellsworth is like, "Any man with two hands has a chance." And then Matt Riddle looks down, he looks up, he's like, "Do I really have to face James Ellsworth?" It's like, Matt Riddle's like one of the more underrated dudes in the independents. I think he's currently, if you don't count the elite people or anyone in the Bullet Club, outside of the Bullet Club, I think a lot of people will say Matt Riddle is like the king of the independents. You know, like how, you know how that happens where there's always that one guy that shines above the rest. I think outside of the Bullet Club people or anyone associated with the Bullet Club, Matt Riddle is pretty damn good. Like if y'all haven't seen Matt Riddle's stuff, he's pretty good. He also was a UFC fighter. He got a bunch of his wins negated because he smoked the marijuana. So he seems like a chill dude. But yeah, no, the dude was hilarious. But when it comes down to it, these moves can't. Now the thing about the Louisiana State Commission, here's the thing that people are not understanding. The reason why ROH is exempt is, like, they put in the article, it's because they're considered a major league. But it's more the fact that the reason why they got exempt is because of the venue that they're located at. A lot of people don't understand, if you purchase a venue or if you have that venue and you're able to cover the event tax for that venue, you're able to have it where you can forego and challenge any athletic commission rules. So when it comes down to it, Louisiana, they allowed ROH to have that venue just because of it. Because I know a Twitter follower of mine, EJ Rock Solid, he like, I don't know, I thought he was with ROH. Like I thought he was like an indie guy, but he's more of like, I guess, TNA guy. I'm not sure. But he was like mad that ROH was exempt of this. But it was like, well, they have a venue size that matters to New Orleans where you cover the event tax. And sometimes wrestling fans, when it comes down to it, they need to remember venue, arena, event tax, and all that other stuff. I know it's nerdy stuff that really people shouldn't care about, but it's stuff that you really need to focus on sometimes. And yeah, that's the reason why ROH is exempt. It's not because they're a major league. It's more because they have a venue. But keep in mind also too that a lot of the wrestling companies can challenge the banning of moves and can challenge to have certain moves be used. So I think certain shows will be fine. I hope Lucha versus Impact, some Revolution Pro shows, they're not hurt from this. Like, I hope Lucha versus Impact is definitely not hurt from this, because that'd be so stupid. Can you imagine? You're just taking away a moveset for so many of these guys. Like, it'll just be so terrible. And especially because Lucha versus Impact's looking to do some good stuff. I believe it's Friday, right? Lucha versus Impact is Friday on Twitch, if I'm correct. If not, it's Saturday, which I wouldn't do. If I was Lucha versus Impact, I would say, hey, we're avoiding Saturday because Saturday is going to be ROH Supercard show and NXT TakeOver. And even if you're not watching those two shows, UFC is also that weekend as well. So, yeah, I definitely wouldn't want to go against UFC, ROH, and NXT TakeOver. That sounds terrible. So, yeah. LIJ versus Suzuki. No, that's all right. I'm okay with it. But I want to understand why Killer Elite Squad's teaming up with LIJ. Aren't they trying to take the Evil and Sonata's title? Oh, Suzuki and Killer Elite Squad. Okay, Suzuki. Okay, my bad. I misread it. My freaking glasses are just out of whack. But when it comes down to it, I think that a lot of the wrestling companies, maybe the smaller ones will be hurt, but I think a lot of the bigger wrestling companies will be fine. And finally, before we get to the Q&A portion of this live stream, thank you guys very much, the Bullet Club will be changing their logo, guys. RIP to the logo that we all know, hate, love. It is what it is, but they're going to retire the logo, and they're going to make a new logo for the Bullet Club. All right, that's good. That's good that Impact versus Lucha Underground is next Friday. I'm happy for that. I wasn't sure if it was Saturday or Friday. My days are all mixed up and stuff like that. Maybe I'll do a double upload on Friday and stuff like that. Or maybe I'll do a live reactions on Twitch. Who knows? But yeah, when it comes down to it, Bullet Club changing their logo is to add more to this Kenny versus Cody feud that's going to culminate next week. whatever. Doesn't hurt me at all. So, yeah. That's it. I just had it in there just that way people are going to be like, what are you going to say about the Bullet Club stuff? I really don't care about the Bullet Club's infighting. I don't like, the story is whatever to me. Sorry. Indifferent. Maybe this was like Tama Tonga actually being legit in the Bullet Club and not just like being treated as an outcast, even though he should be the real leader. Or Bad Luck Fale doing shit. You know, that'd be cool. But nah, whatever. It is what it is. Oh, WWE Hall of Fame. Yeah, but WWE Hall of Fame is easy to watch again. It's not like I'm missing anything. I don't want to hear Goldberg talk about how he's miserable and be like, yeah, I was miserable the whole time. I came back, wrestled 2 matches, now I'm miserable. So, like, I think we're good. All right, guys, that's it for the topics. We will be doing a Q&A for about, let's see, when did I start streaming? Oh, for about 20 to 30 minutes afterwards. These are questions that you can ask that are not wrestling related, or it can be wrestling related, doesn't really matter. If you guys are done watching, thank you guys very much. Before you leave, I just ask for a thumbs up, because thumbs up helps the videos. Likes are very appreciative on this channel. But yeah, all I do is just ask for a thumbs up. But if you guys are leaving, thank you guys very much. Let's ask some questions about anything and everything in the world of pro wrestling, sports, and just in general. Let's see what we got here. Ooh, Twitter. Oh, I chose the thumbnail of the Cena and Taker one because that was like my favorite thing ever. I was like laughing my ass off when I saw Cena doing that. So yeah. Baseball's back, and I'm very happy. I'm very happy with what my Cubs showed yesterday. I actually was gonna do the stream later, but then I was like, oh man, I kind of watched the second game of the season. Like, I don't watch every game of baseball. Like, here's the thing: watching every game of baseball is just insane. Like, if anyone tells you to watch every game of baseball, you got to be relaxed. You got to be insane. You got to at least watch. I say, to be honest, try to at least catch 100 games of baseball a season, even if it's not your team. I know that sounds insane even then, but if you can, great. But if not, it's not the end of the world and stuff like that. So, Team Cody or Team Kenny or Team Tama? I'm Team Tama, man. I'm Tama Tonga. Tama Tonga, Bad Luck Fale, OG Bullet Club, man. I'm an OG Bullet Club fan. That's when people like. It's funny. People like know me for hating Finn Balor, Jay Barton, but I used to be a big Prince Devitt guy, and now he's boring as fuck, so I hate him. So yeah, and I used to hate our Tyler Black on the Independents, but now I'm a big Seth Rollins guy. Shows what happens when you actually put time and effort to be entertaining. Who will Reigns face in the WrestleMania 35 main event? The Shield. That sounds like a good main event. What do you think of the Browns taking 2 QBs at 1 and 4? What the hell? I would laugh, actually, because like, it would make no sense. Oh, man. Like, it would make no sense, honestly. Like, I would just be dumbfounded, to be honest, Bill Brown. I would just be like, why? Like, what are you going to do with the other quarterback? Like, yes, it makes sense if you take a quarterback at 1, and then you take a quarterback later in the draft, kind of like what the Redskins did as insurance to RG3, because they know RG3 is injury prone. But, like, seriously, like, why would you take a quarterback 1 and 4? Like, I wouldn't understand why the Browns would do that. I mean, they had Tyrod Taylor, who would be a serviceable backup and actually someone that is worth a damn. But, like, that would be so weird. I would just make fun of the Browns, to be honest. Oh, yeah, Lyle Chicago. I don't know, man. Lyle Chicago has a good story, but Villanova, like, when they upset at Georgetown back in the 80s, that's kind of like a great upset and story. Like, here's the thing. If Loyola Chicago was facing Kentucky, no offense to K-State. K-State, yes, beat Kentucky, but it's also name value. Like, Loyola Chicago, if they beat K-State, that's impressive. And I think they do have a chance to beat K-State. I just think K-State edges them out. But honestly, Villanova, like in the 80s, when they beat Georgetown, that was like the best Cinderella story. But yeah, if Loyola Chicago wins, that is definitely something to look at. Especially because they didn't make the tournament in like what, for like ever. And Sister Jean is like the biggest meme that isn't a meme. Finn Balor hasn't been shit since his coffin entrance. Yeah, man, he was a great Super Junior. How would you have booked Undertaker versus Cena? I wouldn't have booked Undertaker and Cena, but to answer the question, I would have booked Undertaker and Cena, where pretty much Cena calls out the Undertaker, and Undertaker literally just comes back, and he's just beating the shit out of Cena every week. And then Cena's all like, just do that. Like seriously, just the whole, like, Undertaker, when I envisioned the Undertaker, this dead man wizard, this undead wizard, I don't think him of as a coward or someone that doesn't show up. And like, I hate that they're trying to make him look human. I would have it where Undertaker sends out the druids, does the lightning, the fire. Yeah, it may cost some pyro, but WWE, it's WrestleMania season. Now watching my Red Sox versus Rays. Fuck that bullpen last night. Oh, I didn't watch the Red Sox and Rays game. I watched the Cubs versus Miami, a little bit of Houston versus the Rangers. I was just like, the Rangers are going to win, so who cares? But then I was like, okay, I got to check out this Yankee shit, and then golly, man, the Yankees, they're back. The Yankees are back. Jesus. I know there's going to be eventually in the season where they're going to slide a little bit, but man, dude, the Yankees are just insane, man. Like, it's just disgusting, dude. Just disgusting how good they're going to be for a while. And then I watched a little bit of the Angels-Oakland game because I wanted to see how Ohtani would go. So, yeah. So I watched a little bit of those games. Those were the only games I watched yesterday. Who's going over at the Greatest Rumble, Cena or Triple H? Oh, Triple H, dude. Why not? Why would Cena need to win here? Will WrestleMania end in midnight in the East Coast, but in the West Coast it's 9 p.m.? Oh, yeah. That sounds about right. Yeah. 9 p.m.? I don't know. That's so late for a wrestling show. Dang it, New Japan did it. So why can't WWE? No, because WrestleMania starts at 4. It starts at 4 for me. Like, I know that sounds like everyone's gonna be like, what, the 4 o'clock? You get WrestleMania? Yeah, I'll get WrestleMania at 4 o'clock. And then, so I get WrestleMania at 4. And it's one of the shows I'm excited about because I'm always excited when the show starts at 4. Is Jinder gonna win the Greatest Rumble? No. Yeah, first of all, I don't even think Saudi Arabia and India are connected like that. Like, I don't think so. But when it comes to the Greatest Rumble, I think like they'll choose someone that's a star to win it. Ohtani is only a pitcher in the MLB to show 18. Oh no, why? The whole point of having Ohtani so that way you can put him in DH, and you can't even put. Then you might as well just trade Ohtani to a NL team. That's what I don't get. Ohtani's so dumb. Like that's what I didn't get. Ohtani's like, oh yeah, I want to pitch and hit at the same time. Then why'd you sign with the fucking NL team? He was like so enamored and like, oh, I gotta go to an AL team. Like, why? Like, you know that like in the NL you actually get a chance. But he was like, oh, but on days where I rest, I don't want to miss a chance to hit. Like, it's so stupid. Like, I'm sorry. I understand why a little bit, but like seriously, which era had the best WrestleManias and which one had the worst? I had the Ruthless Aggression era as the best, and this one had the worst because of today's standards. I'll definitely go. Let's see. Attitude Era had bad manias, like because 14 doesn't even. Okay, 14 good, great. 15 blah. 17 great. 16 sucked. Yeah, Attitude Era was bad. Ruthless Aggression Era would be 18 solid, 19 great, 20 solid. Yeah, I would agree. Just looking at the Ruthless Aggression Era, but I don't even know if you count like what would you count 23 to 28? Because that right there is a pretty solid era. Mine is 25 and 27. 23 was pretty damn good. 24 was solid. 26 was really good. And 28 was really good as well. So that's a pretty good era for WrestleManias. 1 through 3. Okay, here's the thing. The Hogan era WrestleManias, -4 and 6 and 7. It's maybe a little bit of 8. It's like, okay, so yeah, Ruthless Aggression definitely had the best WrestleManias. And then the worst, honestly, the worst WrestleManias probably be the New Generation era. I'm going to be real with you here. But I'm going to choose like the worst. Because 9 was trash. 10's okay. 10 literally just gets carried by Bret and Owen. Like everyone just overrates Bret and Owen, to be honest. Like I'm not saying overrates, but like they overrate the value of that match to that show. Like literally, if you look at 10, minus that and the ladder match, what else is on fucking 10 that's worth a damn? Like 10's trash. Then 11, dude, 11 sucks. Like 11 and 9 are like like 11, 9, and I want to say like probably 29 compete for like the 3 worst WrestleManias. 11 and 9 are just terrible. And then you go to 12. 12 gets overrated because of the Iron Man match. All right. So no, I think the new generation era has the worst era of WrestleManias if you look at it. Because the Hogan era, okay, the first 2 WrestleManias, the first WrestleMania, you gotta understand that was just a project. The second WrestleMania, you know, straight up, they fucked up trying to do the whole 3-city thing. That was dumb. The third WrestleMania was really good. WrestleMania 4 was really good. No, WrestleMania 4 was solid. 5 was really good. 6 is great. 7 is great. 8 is also pretty good. So the Hogan era, you can make an argument. Today's Manias, now here's the thing. Today's Manias, the PG era Manias, if you want to go call it that, if you go with the PG era's Manias, 28's pretty damn good. 30 is really good. 31, people overrate, but it's still a good Mania. 32's okay. 33 was blah. But when it comes down to it, they have a lot of good Manias. So I can't really say, like, compared to the mid-90s era, the new generation era, man, dude, 10's, like, seriously, you can't have 2 of the worst WrestleManias ever and just say, like, oh, that was a better era than the PG era. Or whatever current today's era is, man. Yeah, so, like, for me personally, I really do feel like that is the worst era, the new generation era. At least in my personal opinion. I don't know, like, what else could be worse. Like, think off the top of my head. Why do I have Jay White as a tag? Let's remove that shit. Fuck Jay White. No, okay. What do you mean? You mean the Intercontinental title match? But no, 31 was a really solid show. Sting and Triple H is one of my favorite matches to go back and watch, man. I still mark out when the DX is coming out and everything like that. Like, I love Sting versus Triple H and everything like that. The Ronda segment was really awesome. Like, I think 31's really, like, 31's good, but it's overrated. And also, too, 31 was like Breakfast Club rules, bitches. Like, everyone was all like, oh, this is a great show. It's like Cena, Triple H, and Randy Orton won on the show, and people are calling it great. Huh. The only fuck up from 31 is that Undertaker and Bray Wyatt were not at nighttime. So that was the only fuck up from 31. That was the only fuck up from 31 that was bad. WrestleMania started feeling big for me. Honestly, I would say WrestleMania was always kind of a big deal. But when it started feeling big for me, watching as a kid. Now, 21, keep in mind, 17... I didn't understand, like, stadiums and arenas when I was a kid. But growing up, for me personally, 23 was probably, like, the first Mania that I actually felt was, like, a big deal. Because after like, 18 and 19, you forget 20, 21, and 22 were all in, like, small venues. Madison Square Garden, Staples Center, and, I don't want to, Allstate Arena, I want to say, for Chicago. I always forget that. American Airlines, I can't remember the name of it. But you keep in mind, they were in actual, like, arenas. They weren't in big stadiums. Small compared to WrestleMania standards. So, when you keep that in mind, when you think about that, and then, like, you go to 23, and it's in Detroit, the Silverdome. And that started off where WrestleMania started to do stadiums every single year. So, yeah. That's what I see. What do you think my New York Giants will do at second pick? Either trade with Buffalo for that pick, which would be the most sense, especially because, like, if you guys are going to keep Eli, you trade. But if not, you just take Saquon Barkley. You just say, screw it, we take Saquon. LOL Browns, we smoke screened you. You thought we were going to trade? Nope. Either you take Saquon or you take your next successor to Eli, whether that's Darnold or Rosen. I forgot which one they liked more. I think it was Darnold last time I checked. But yeah, you do one of that. Oh, wait, is that like legit straight shooter? SummerSlam is Fenway. SummerSlam 2020 is Dodger Stadium. Summer 2021 Globe Life Field. That's pretty legit, man. Okay, Allstate Arena. Yeah, I always forget it's American Airlines or Allstate. Like, I don't remember shit off the top of my head. I know you guys might think so. The only thing this era has over past eras in terms of WrestleMania stages, like 29, 33, those are great stages. Oh, yeah, man. Like, dude, my favorite stage of all time, straight up, is 24. Like, I won't lie to y'all. 24 is my favorite stage of all time. Like, I go back and watch 24 just for that stage, to be honest. Like, that stage kind of overrates, like, helps my boosting for that. Because, like, I don't know if you guys are like this, man. I don't know if you guys are like this. But I think appearances for WrestleManias matter the most, too. Like, I feel like if you have a nice-ass stage, that's what matters, man. Oh, I would like that, but I think they were stuck in Brooklyn for a while. What do you think is the worst WrestleMania of all time? Oh, I think it's 25. Here's how I rate my WrestleManias, man. It's if I watched it live, it gets bumped down a little bit more than if I hadn't watched it live. Like, I wasn't even fucking born for 9. No, I was born for 9. I just don't remember that shit. And I didn't even know wrestling was a thing for WrestleMania 11. But man, I can tell you, man, 25 had one of the best. That's the thing too. If a WrestleMania has a really good build-up and the show sucks, that bumps the show down for me big time. I mean, 25, man. Oh, I was so hyped for that card, dude. Like, that was the first time in a while that I was actually excited for pro wrestling, man. I remember one time in high school, and this is back before wrestling was like accepted by like a lot of high school kids, because this was like, what, 25 would be my sophomore or junior year in high school? No, it'd be my junior year. No, sophomore. Let's see, 20, yeah, because 27 is my senior year. Yeah, so 25 is my sophomore year and stuff like that. So yeah, 25 when it came down to it, man, I was super hyped up for Orton Triple H, man. I was super hyped up for Hardy versus Hardy. I was super hyped up for even the triple threat, man. Like, I couldn't believe when Big Show was making out with Mickey Guerrero. I was like, oh, fuck yeah. But, dude, then the show happened. That show sucked, man. The Money in the Bank and Taker versus HBK, that's the only thing redeemable about 25. Everything else fucking... Oh, and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat outworking most of the damn roster. Other than that, 25 is just disappointment. Worst WrestleMania entrance from a big star. Ooh. Oh, that's a hard one, Kadeem Simon. That, off the top of my head, oh my god. Worst WrestleMania entrance from a big star. Off the top of my fucking head, dude. Probably Goldberg last year was pretty bad, man. Like, literally, like, you expect him to have, like, an epic entrance, and dude just walks out, and there's no even pumped-in Goldberg chance. It's just him looking awkward. Cena's had some bad ones, though, man. Like, if I were to choose, like, Cena's worst one, man, dude, the car one was pretty sick for 23. 27 was weird. Like, he had, like, the opera singers and stuff like that. So I'd choose Cena. Or even, like, Cena for 29, where he just randomly came out there. It was just, like, no video package. That was random as hell, too. There's so many weird ones. I had to go back and watch them. Oh, yeah, Blue Knight. I talked about that, how Ronda Rousey was shutting down these ESPN reporters. Oh, yeah, man. That's WrestleMania nowadays. Favorite match at a WrestleMania? Oh, my favorite WrestleMania match of all time. Oh, man, that's so hard. My personal favorite match, like, just by, like, not, like, going off, like, this is not, like, the best match I've ever seen, but my favorite match at WrestleMania is Shawn Michaels and Kurt Angle. Like, just personally, I love that match. It's just so great. Like, I always look forward to watching WrestleMania 21 just for that fucking match. Like, I love that match, dude. Like, I think it's also one of the more underrated WrestleMania matches. Like, when people talk about, like, top 10 Mania matches or, like, great WrestleMania matches just based off in-ring, I'm always surprised when no one brings up, like, Angle versus Michaels. I'm like, what the hell? Like, y'all not bringing that shit up? Like, I always think that's one of my personal favorite WrestleMania. So that's probably that's my favorite match of all time at WrestleMania. Second is TLC 2 at WrestleMania 17. Then my third favorite match of all time would be Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels at 25. Fourth favorite match of all time at WrestleMania would be Rock versus Cena at 28. My fifth favorite match, and keep in mind, these are not like, oh, these are the best matches. These are just matches I personally like. Like, we all have different tastes when it comes to matches. My fifth favorite match, Reigns versus Lesnar at 31. Reigns versus Lesnar is such an underrated match. So good. Triple H versus Sting also is kind of up there too, but it's not like, but yeah, my personal favorite match is Angle versus Michaels. Like, I love that match, dude. 7. I give that a 7 that she could injure Stephanie McMahon. Chase, I heard that next year's Mania is going to be held at MetLife. The WWE is going to move SummerSlam somewhere else, possibly in the MLB Stadium, kind of like 2019 Royal Rumble. Yeah, but I thought they had a deal with Brooklyn to, like, for the next 3 shows. That's what I remember. On a scale from 1 to 10, from unwatchable to amazing, how do you think WrestleMania is going to be? I say 2 out of 10. I would give WrestleMania 34. On a scale of 1 to 10, from watchable to amazing, I'll give it a 6. And here's the reason why I say a 6. Lesnar versus Reigns and Nakamura versus AJ are going to be pretty decent in-ring matches, maybe great in-ring matches. Also, Ronda Rousey's debut, Cena versus Taker is going to have the crowd into it. Some of the filler stuff is just unwatchable. Like, you know it's bad when they have to get the Power Rangers, the New Day, and the Usos, maybe a ladder match to get the fans to care about that match. I mean, yeah, it's going to be good, but it's like, why do we have to have a random gimmick match? That makes no sense. Like, to me personally, they're just putting a ladder match just so that way they have a gimmick match on the card. Yeah, I know, man. Austin won the title 20 years ago, man. Oh, yeah, Randy Orton's entrance with the semen snake. He had that semen snake and everything. He had that little semen snake following him around. I forgot about the semen snake. Oh, man, dude. Yeah, that shit was hilarious. Yeah, that stupid little snake following him around. Ah! I forgot about the semen snake. Oh, shit, dude. How did I forget about the semen snake? Oh, my God, man. I like Triple H's Terminator entrance, Clayton Carl. That was cool. I liked it. The only thing I didn't like was Triple H's goopy little theme. That was a semen snake, man. It looked like it looked like Orton just splooged and the semen was falling in, man. Worst match at WrestleMania 34? Oh, I think Cena versus Taker could beat out Lesnar versus Reigns. Like, Taker can't jump, man. Taylor versus dude, Dan Bones. I swear, WrestleMania weekend is gonna be the worst weekend for you. You're gonna be, dude, Dan Bones. This is gonna be you, man. You're gonna be all crying when Habib ends Tony Ferguson's career, because Tony Ferguson's gonna get his ass beat so bad that Ferguson's gonna be like, El Kukui gonna retire, El Kukui, and we're never gonna see that fool ever again. And Habib's gonna be like, I'm number 1. Russia has 800 million people. Ireland only has 2 million. Have a UFC fight in Russia. And then you're gonna be crying when Ronda puts on the match of the decade, and you're gonna be like, oh man, dude, I was wrong. I hate being wrong. That's what's gonna happen to you, Dan Bones. You're gonna be crying this weekend when Habib time. I love how that's now a thing. It's like, it's all because Tony started to. He's like, it's Tony time. And it's like, no one wants Tony time. It's Habib time. And that's the thing that Tony started too. He started Tony time and Habib time. Yeah, I'm happy EC3's in the WWE. I don't think he should win the North American Championship though. I think Adam Cole, baby, needs to win that more than anyone else. Oh, okay, I get what you're saying there. But aren't you waiting for Habib time, Dan Bones? Habib time? No one wants Tony time. It's Habib time. No one wants Tony time. It's Habib time. I like EC3's themes too. I miss that trouble. Whoa. I will always say about Impact, man, they always find a way to at least create 1 or 2 songs that are just like, God damn, that's so good. Like Get Ready to Fly. I'm off the chain. Living against the grain. Like, dude, old school Impact Wrestling theme songs though, low key. Those are like some of the best theme songs, man. Sting's TNA theme, Jeff Jarrett's theme, Abyss's theme, AJ Styles' theme, Samoa Joe's theme. Not the Nation of Violence theme. I hate that one. What you doing? You know we're going. What you going to? It's a bunch of Nation of Violence. Like, I hated that song, but man, like I love the like that was the shit, dude. Like you're like, ah, fucking shit, that was coming out. Also, Kurt Angle is like, I miss Kurt Angle's TNA theme. I know everyone's gonna be like, no, man, I like that. No, man, I miss that. Focus, step up, and never take cover now. I love that shit, dude. Oh, Team 3D's theme? Watch out, watch out, watch out. Da 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 da, watch out, watch out, watch out. Da 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 da. That one. Do you think WWE should have Miz break the most days as IC champion since the WWE's promoting it? Well, straight shooter. When WWE normally promotes something, A, they go through with it, or B, they have someone beat him for it. So I most likely think Miz will lose to either Rollins or Balor. Christian Cage theme song was good. Oh yeah. Yeah, that was pretty good. Alright, last question for you. Will Vince finally give up on Reigns by the end of 2019? I highly doubt it, but there is even a chance. I think you should rephrase that question saying, will Triple H give up on Reigns? Because Triple H is the one that really wants Reigns to succeed. Vince is just listening to his son-in-law. Thoughts on a Paul Heyman turn Lesnar at Mania? Not a fan of it, dude. Like, I want Paul Heyman gone, Kadeem Simon. I'm tired of Paul Heyman promos, man. Ladies and gentlemen, what I did to the Beast Incarnate at Wrestlemania shows me that I was trying to move on from him. And I wanted someone else to represent. So I chose the Samoan stud muffin, Roman Reigns. Because you know why I chose Roman Reigns? And the fans won't even be booing this. They'll love it. They'll be like, yeah, finally, my fucking fanfic booking has been made. Fuck yeah, Reigns and Heyman. And it's like, it'd be like, because Roman Reigns knows one thing and one thing only. And that's for him to beat the fuck out of everyone on the roster. Roman Reigns knows how to get down to this ring and destroy everyone in his path. Roman Reigns is the man of the hour, and Roman Reigns is the right guy at the right place at the right time. Because guess what, people? Roman Reigns isn't a good guy. Roman Reigns isn't the bad guy. Roman Reigns is the guy. That's what people don't understand and won't listen to. But you will know now, because Roman Reigns is not only the guy of WWE, Roman Reigns is a Paul Heyman guy. And instead of fans booing this, it'll be like, yeah! Roman Reigns! Roman Reigns! And Roman Reigns will be like, it took me this long for me to realize of how I could become the guy. How was my Heyman? I've been working on it. That was a pretty good Heyman promo. Maybe I didn't get the voice down, but I definitely got the Heyman mannerisms and what he would probably say down. Alright, so let's see. My world. Later, Dan Bones. Have a go, man. See you soon. Oh, God. Paul Heyman turning on Lesnar. God. You guys saw what that would be like. Yeah, I know. Seriously, that's what people don't understand. Like, I love Triple H, so, like, I'm cool with it. But, like, that's what people... I don't get, like JC, I'm going to make a separate video on that sometime soon. I've been waiting to make the video, but I really wanted to do that. Like, I've been really thank you, Kadeem Simon. I just wanted to know if it was pretty good. Like, because, like, that was, like, what Heyman would say. Like, sometimes when I do, like, and keep in mind, I don't script any of this shit. Like, nothing is scripted. Like, I'll show you guys what's on my screen. Like, I'll show you guys what's on my screen. Like, literally, this is my screen right here. It's, like, me watching the chat. Like, I know everyone's gonna be like, oh, how come you have the chat? You have the chat right there and stuff like that, but you have the video. It's just so that way you guys can see. But yeah, this is like literally what's on my screen. I know it's like a glare and everything, but I don't have any like papers that shows me like, what's it called? That shows me like having notes to, like for promos. All my impressions and promo shit comes off the top of my head. I don't need no goddamn. I have like I have like an outline, but I don't have like a script or anything like that. And that's my room for anyone who cares. Have fun ice skating, John 15. Don't fall, man. Ice skating hurts. Blue Knight, that's just ignorance on their parts, and if they want to keep believing nonsense like that, go right ahead. Which match is the last match? Reigns versus Lesnar or Nakamura or AJ? Between those two, Reigns and Lesnar. No offense to Nakamura and AJ. I mean, let's be real here. What's had the better build? At least Lesnar and Reigns, these two guys are kicking each other's asses. Like, fucking Nakamura, AJ. I'm the face that runs the place, Shinsuke. AJ, you will lose at WrestleMania because you overconfident. AJ, I brought you out here so that way you know what's gonna happen at WrestleMania. No, based. Do you think they'll ever stop over pushing Roman Reigns? No, Jay Barton, and the reason being is because 1, he's a Triple H guy. 2, he is the guy. And 3, that's how they normally get baby faces and people over, is by over pushing them. See Seth Rollins, see Care Bear, aka Braun Strowman. A lot of people's wrestlers, favorite wrestlers, they always like to forget that they get over pushed too. Like Rollins is extremely over pushed. Oh, I laughed, Clayton Carl, dude. I laughed so hard when like CM Punk. That was just blind fandom. I like Punk, but I was like, no. Bray Wyatt, oh my god, I was laughing my ass off, dude. I was like, what the fuck are y'all saying? But Bray Wyatt, thank you, Concur. You're too emotional. So yeah, thank you, King Kurt. I messed up on the Nakamura promo. Yeah, I know. Well, if the heel turn happens, he's just going to become a babyface. So I don't get why people want him to turn heel. Like, seriously, just make Reigns into a badass. Yeah, Reigns' push will end, too, if he gets popped with the PED scandal, man. Shout out to Johnny Bravo. Not the cartoon character, but the guy that made that stupid video. That meant nothing. All this time with that video. Oh, yeah. You got evidence for Reigns. We don't have evidence for Reigns. We can't prove that he bought the steroids. Like, the fuck? That's what I said 21 minutes for, just for you guys to say you had no damn evidence. Oh, but we know Daniel Puder brought shit. Who the fuck is that guy? Like, seriously, who the fuck is Daniel Puder compared to, like, Roman Reigns and all these other guys, man? I'm a red fit wrestling 34. What? Christian, what the hell are you saying, dude? You drunk, homie? Christian, don't be drunk. It's way too early. Well, I guess maybe it depends on where you live. But yeah, Christian Burke, I don't know what you're saying, but I think you're something about WrestleMania 34. Are you ready? Oh, I think it's saying I'm ready for WrestleMania 34. That's good to know, Christian Burke. I'm guessing that's what you're trying to type, but if I have to guess, you're ready for WrestleMania 34, which is great. Everyone should be ready for WrestleMania 34. I love how WWE's so lazy with this too. Like, they're not even like choosing a new theme song. It's like, yeah, let's celebrate. Yeah, bop the night away. Like, y'all using the same fucking song, man. I get a Kid Rock going to the Hall of Fame, but do you really need to use the same fucking song? Oh, was that a test, Christian Burke, to see if I could read what you were saying? Was that one of those Facebook challenges I keep seeing people do? People do weird shit on Facebook, man. They really do. Okay. Alrighty then, guys. I feel like that is it for the Q&A. Yep, that's it. That's it. Time's up. Roman Reigns versus Samoa Joe at Backlash. Ugh, why couldn't they just have Reigns versus Jobber at Backlash since his title reign is going to be over and going to be a year? Oh man, they gotta have Joey Samoa have his revenge against Roman Reigns. Come on. Oh yeah, man. Sakura Genesis. I'm not watching that live most likely because I have school. I have school the next day, so I don't want to like stay up till like 1 in the morning watching. So I might watch it in the thing. That's your personal opinion. If you don't think Roman Reigns got better, JD Barton, I think Roman Reigns has improved. I don't think he's the greatest thing on the roster, but when it comes to improvement, I think Reigns has gotten better and has proven himself to be a main event level talent. Now, do I believe he should be the guy? That's another question for another time. But I do think Reigns has improved. Like, I think he's a main event talent level wrestler. Anyways, guys, that's it for the Wrestling Talk Show today. Thank you guys very much for tuning in live for this one. Remember, guys, if you guys like what you saw, a thumbs up is always appreciated. Hit the subscribe button for more content. I'll be trying to upload videos, but just know school is coming back in section, so I don't know. But definitely on Wednesday, you'll be getting a WrestleMania preview and prediction show. And also, you'll be freaking out. You'll be getting a video for sure if Okada loses, because then I'll have a rant and everything like that about my boy losing to some guy named Zack Sabre Jr. But yeah, thank you guys very much for watching this. Remember, guys, just like our Universal Champion Brock Lesnar, sometimes you don't have to give a shit in life. Pop your collars, everybody. Put your Bullet Club signs in the air and say with me as we leave the stream, yo! Yo!